Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 8. Well, we are still just at the very early stages of Barbarossa. And we're still mucking about in India, sometimes a little more successfully than others. Heavy armor designs have improved. Okay, we sort of maxed out with that. Amphibious armor. Well, how much in deficit are we? We shifted some stuff around. Oh, okay, no. Never mind. We won't increase the deficit of research there. And let's see, what is the current thought? Oh, okay, oh well, we're at the tiger stage here. We start building, they think. Though, do remember, these aren't fully correctly modeled strengths and weaknesses of the tank models. And these guys need to keep rushing forward. Ah, you just see the... Okay. And these guys have engineers, they're not going to do well. Or as well. Crossing the rivers. One thing I got to think about next time when I play is a few more engineers for the lighter units. I've noticed that to be a bit of a problem. Okay, big stack here now. Okay, good. We're still seeming to be destroying their air force. We got a bunch of people, a bunch of units still moving forward into there. Okay, okay, guidance advance. Oh, torpedo guidance. Yeah, okay, we're done there until late 45. Romania, we're allowed to be able to debt. Okay. Hopefully Romania will do well for us here. Now these guys I'm a bit worried about. They're gonna worst retreat to there, I think. Okay guys, you're gonna drop right into here. Okay, our Navy's cleaning the clock of the Soviets. Pounding these guys with air power, so hopefully I'm doing some good supportive work here. But we won the Battle of Bombay. Good. That means we're going to be choking down their supplies. Ooh. Decent amount of shipping that's going to get displaced. Hope it doesn't run into anything important that I'm shifting around. Okay. We're getting attacked by just too good of a unit, so we're going to withdraw to the mountains. Okay, we're still doing okay. Real good. That's nice. Well, we've almost caught up to these guys here, so... we're busting out all over the place. Alright, well, this is another good news. Manpower, it's going to hurt a little bit, and supplies, yeah, but we have an air defense network, which this represents, if you notice, cheaper build cost for fighters there, which is nice, because that's obviously part of your air defense. Radar efficiency that we have is improved. Provincial radar, or anti-aircraft efficiency is up a lot more. Radar impacts up more, repair rates, and air interception efficiency. So that's all good. But let's take a look at that tech and see if we want to continue that. That's under artillery, I believe. Air defense network. Yes, we want to continue that. It will continue to eat into the manpower, but I like it. And Special Forces branch upgrade. Okay, grayed out. Fine. We're getting slowly out of the red there. We'll add the commandos into that fight. These guys. Let's set this group of armor into this. So they're moving up. They're strong enough to block that. Now, these guys say that the red means that obviously they're out of supply, but they're not. So this is... I'm not sure. Sometimes we're able to attack out of neutral axis members, but see here we can't because it wants to go all the way around to do that movement in Finland. And sometimes I know I can. The earliest attacks that we started out of Romania was still neutral just before it declared war and joined. That's why this is German territory here and not Romanian. Here, they're not going to let us cross into hostile territory. Now, they're not in the Axis, so I don't quite know what the criteria for who's this? Sussman. Okay. Yeah, that's who we want. We're going to send you instead all the way over to here. With the criteria for when you can attack across neutral territory and when you can't. You know, it's not even something clearly like in the Axis or not in the Axis. So what I'm going to do is drop the parachute unit, which is just a headquarters unit, but that'll be good enough. These guys need to move forward. And that will give friendly territory so they won't be attacking across a neutral border. Okay guys, they're getting messed up by the bombers. We're about ready to make contact. And I think I have some which may have gotten chewed up, but yeah. Put their supply into there. These guys should be moving forward. So should all of these. Oh, they were supposed to join some division. More HQ. No. I'll figure out who to attach them to shortly. You can see the one place when I'm doing a river crossing is they're holding out. Okay, you're gonna leave the battle. We're still overwhelming them, but it's delaying us. Finland. Okay. They're still coming. Oh, well. Oh, no, they're not too bad. They're not getting chewed up. I was worried about Soviet air may intercept them. Okay, we've won the battle in Stanleyville. Which means I think they're going to stop supporting them, but they'll support the next attack. These big provinces are just, they really suck. Okay, desert unit training. Well, we probably have enough of that for the moment. We're going to have deserts we're going to be fighting in, of course. What that gives, Jaeger unit, Brandenburg, Various panzer regiments, cavalry, better desert performance. Warhead and fusing advances, that's also under submarines. And so we're again stopping that until at least 45. But we should have pretty good performance out of them. As well as out of air-launched torpedoes. And what's this one? Oh, rocket-propelled anti-tank guns. That is great. That means all of our various infantry units will have significantly more hard attack and piercing. And a little quick word on that. Piercing, either you, as again, I know many of you are, you know, very core players and understand this. Either piercing, you pierce more than the enemy's armor is, or not. If you pierce more, you do damage, regular damage. If you don't, even if it's just a teeny bit under, you do only half the amount of damage to armor. It's sort of either, and it doesn't matter if you're percentage over or under. It just either you are or you aren't. Most of these infantry units, unless you're dealing with just a little bit of armored cars or a country's light armor that hasn't researched up, you're not going to do that. And I think it's division by division as opposed to a stack by stack, but I'm still not sure on the mechanics of whether it's the whole stack or just division by division. If somebody knows, they could post. Not guesses, but knows. I would like to know. But I know it's division by division, at least division by division. So if you have an infantry division and your infantry unit doesn't pierce more than the enemy's armor, that's okay if you have a dedicated anti-tank unit in there, which does. So it doesn't help if it's not cumulative. It's just the highest value in that division. What does accumulate is hard attack. That the other number there. If you have, like I say, if your piercing value is under the enemy's armor value, you do only half the amount of hard attack or armor killing capabilities. But the more hard attack you have, or so if you win the piercing battle, you do full hard attack damage. Now, and that is sort of a cumulative for at least the division, maybe the stack. And so if you're using, which I often do, anti-aircraft guns for the piercing values, they don't do lots of hard attack. They do some hard attack. Anti-tank guns do a lot more hard attack. But if you have things like the rocket-propelled anti-tank weapons, or just infantry anti-tank weapons, which I take this to be a mix of anti-tank rifles, a lot of German battalions had an anti-tank gun or two. It's not a full-fledged anti-tank dedicated unit, but it's a few anti-tank guns, a few things like that. So you have some hard kill in there, and that mixed with whether it's some artillery with hard kill or other things, that all gets accumulated in. So by having a good anti-aircraft gun, even if you don't have a good anti-tank gun, but one that wins the piercing battle, your hard attack does a lot better. So now once we have this, like I say, unless you're just talking armored cars, or maybe you're like a amphibious armor or your airborne armor type units, generally speaking, your infantry are going to get slaughtered by armor if you don't have something with better piercing. But it does help. And what this will also help is like I just said, if you're just having like paratroopers, I'm sure, I don't know if I can spot it there or if it's even shown on here, paratroopers will get better piercing. They've just upped their piercing ability if they've dropped in. If they don't have airborne mixed support unit, and we can quickly look at that. I'm hoping it, I don't know if I've looked at this, airborne artillery. So it's piercing at 23, hard attack is 15, good. Light attack is 15. So this is representing, as it's shown here, that's a recoilless. The Germans were working like the Americans with their, during World War II, the American gun was a 57 millimeter recoilless gun. Germans also worked on a recoilless anti-tank gun. And early on, I've seen photos of underwing mounts of a Ju-52 transport, which had hooked up a 37 millimeter anti-tank gun with parachutes, to drop, especially sort of cut down, smaller gun shield. 37 millimeter anti-tank gun that they were parachuting in. Later on, they came out with recoilless guns. The biggest problem with the recoilless guns is the huge back plume of recoil action that gives your location away, but they're rather effective anti-tank weapons, especially for their weight. So to properly get your airborne units, and like we have in production, some of these mixed support units, which I think are doing a good job of simulating light artillery and light anti-tank weapons above and beyond what's in your standard parachute infantry battalion. So glad to get this. That will help our infantry fighting. And well, I was just looking at, does it? No. Side shields. We need to, advanced armored designs, it looks like. These 4. Okay, so once we get this, we'll be able to get side shields, which will help. Alright, we'll do that. So I guess we can do... Oh, from the warheads, that's right. Let's do damage control systems. You guys need to get moving. Get moving. So these guys can get reorganized here a bit. So we're not yet ready to cross the border. They don't need to drop for the moment, as our intel is giving us little information. They're streaming units this way, which I'm glad for at the moment. I want them to be evacuating the Caucasus, so when I invade they will be weak, and then they'll either send these units back to the Caucasus or put their reinforcements in, new builds and order of battle loads and send them down here, and depriving them of their usefulness here. Now I'm just looking both at timing here. We're getting close to the timing to do it. Of bringing Finland in. What I want to do, I would prefer to have this pocket up here to be German. See if they're doing any trading via this port. German supplied, so controlled, because I think I can supply supplies via ships in better. So I don't know whether I'm going to try to do a paradrop or an air or a sea invasion. Mentioning that, are we? Let's look here. We're not yet there to be taking any ships down. Okay, well we're getting a little bit there. We're still not there. Did these guys bump into something bigger? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to send the grass spay back down to here. Let's see them over there. See what they can find. As you can see, we're punching deep into it. Okay. We'll keep counterattacking this unit there. Yeah, I just need to see what the terrain is like. Okay, good. They've stopped. We won that battle. That's great. Now they're attacking into here. That unit. Where is the Para HQ? Not the one I just sent south. There should be. Did I probably scroll past it? Or we already maxed it out? This one here. Yes, we've already maxed it out. So let's give them to them. I want to drop them right on these guys. Oh no. Cancel that. We need to do it from the... Yes, I know we need to do it from this version, but... There we go. So I want to fully close this door, and since they're attacking, it'll give me a bonus. We're dropping on them. Now hopefully the worst will happen is that they will retreat if they lose, which is quite possible. Retreat into one or two of these units here. Oh good, took the city. I definitely wanted to do that. Everybody not moving, move. Okay, we've already weakened that enough. Lots of HQs here. But because I've been concentrating my forces, I haven't used them up to nearly the historical level. Flood out all these infantry divisions. Oh good, gotta keep the army moving too. Police, which we'll use as occupation forces. We can help with that attack. Okay, and now mountain unit command and control. Maybe it's got just so few of those guys. Well, we can do commando training. And also, I sent down. Here we are. Okay. These guys. No, you're gonna rebase to there. You're gonna pick up the Marines to use them somewhere else. Let's patrol out here just in case they bring some light anti-submarine forces in. And then we're gonna garrison these islands. And once we effectively get rid of these guys here, the western half of the Indian Ocean will be ours, except for down anything basing out of South Africa. All doing this without defeating the English Navy. We've simply denied it ports. This is half, at least, of Alfred Thayer Mahan's theory on warfare, is taking away the basing ability of the enemy so then, which deprives him of the ability to operate in regions. These guys are still doing a hard fight, but they look like they're going to lose. So we're still doing good in India. Okay, we've linked up with this airborne unit here. We did not go a bridge too far. I'm sure you guys get that reference. They're flying in supplies. Now this may be an airborne battle too far. I'm going to see if I can... Okay. We've lost, but we haven't lost the unit. They're just retreating to there. These guys here, I think are going to hold out okay. Don't think many troops are going to slip through there, but I may drop a paratrooper unit there. I got one more division here. Yeah, might as well. It's into the swamps, but there's nobody there. To effectively shut the door on the marshes. Anybody not moving? Okay, good. So these guys though. Punch there. Punch there. And you're joining that. Oh, good. Another battle finished coast. Got them. We're doing in good shape. One destroyer is a bit messed up. Now let's move in on this pocket here. Yeah, jungle unit training. Let's switch it over to commando since we're so far behind on that one. And self-propelled rocket artillery. Okay. And we can do some more research as well. Let's also do ground. Now let's take a quick look around. How the Japanese are doing here. Well, looks like they're now finally shifting good amount of forces down. So some of these units are shadows. what they could or should be. Look at all those engineer units that are just fragments. Support units. What their strengths could or should be. Yeah. Okay, now these don't look too promising. Don't know why they haven't taken Batavia to get some supplies. Doing okay in Borneo. And the Philippines. Yes, they're doing okay here. Presumed by getting some of the ports they are supplying themselves. No, I haven't gotten anybody yet, but I'm going to check around. Oh, good. We're sinking some convoys coming through here. That's good. Somebody's trading. Either those are Russian convoys or somebody's, trading with Russia or something. That's not our friend, and we're able to sink that. Okay, well, I think this is going to end the episode. Again, thanks for viewing. Thanks for liking the videos. I do appreciate it. And please post comments. Love to hear from you. See you next time.